Hello everyone, welcome to FPL ETC's another brand new video. This would be one of our special segments, Positive Fixture Swing. In this video, we would discuss the teams who are going to enjoy a positive fixture swing in the next 6 game weeks starting from game week 8. If you are new here and haven't subscribed us yet, please do it. It's completely free but means a lot to us. So let's not waste any time and go deeper into the video. Chelsea started the season superbly. It was better than a lot of people expected. Now they will have a smoother fixture run in the upcoming game weeks where they will face only one team, Manchester United, who are in the top 4. During this period, their FDR summation will be 15. Chelsea have suffered in their last 3 consecutive games. Now the matches against the teams like Norwich, Newcastle and Burnley should bring their confidence back as they only rank 20th, 12th and 16th in the XG chart. These fixtures are surely going to help Chelsea to settle down a bit. If we think from the attacking perspective, except Manchester United, the other 5 of Chelsea's upcoming opponents are ranked out of 10 in XGC chart, while Chelsea possesses a lot of attacking talents in their team, so scoring goals shouldn't be a problem for them. 100 million star forward Romelu Lukaku is currently being considered as the leading man of Chelsea's attack. He is also one of the premium players of FPL where his price is 11.7 million right now. Lukaku started the season well while he scored 3 goals in his first 3 matches he played in the Premier League for Chelsea. But since then he has been going through a quite bad patch. Lukaku is a man who creates less, rather he prefers to finish the chances with his perfect headers and on-target shots. At the current moment, as Reece James is out of injury and Marcos Alonso has not been providing enough crosses, Lukaku looks a bit isolated in the field when it comes to scoring goals. Also, he did hit the bar for several times in the meantime. We expect inclusion of Chilwell at the left wing back position would help Lukaku to get back to his desired form in the upcoming game weeks after the international break. Mason Mount is Chelsea's homegrown player and is one of the favourites of his current manager, but still we saw him playing a lot less than expected. Mount provided 2 assists in the first 2 Premier League matches of the season, and since game week 4 he has been irregular in the squad. He created a chance in every 47 minutes and made a goal attempt in every 33 minutes. We think if Chelsea wants to overcome their recent bad patch, they need to use dedicated and hardworking players like Mason Mount in their midfield. German centre-back Antonio Rudiger seems the nailed option of Chelsea's defense right now. Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel can't seem to think of a team without Rudiger if he is fit and even minimum rested. Rudiger played every match of the season for his team and provided 4 clean sheets while he also scored a goal. In total, he bagged 36 points for FPL managers. He is the one most of the FPL managers would look forward to picking from Chelsea's defense. Chelsea's long-term service provider, one of the core leaders of the team, Cesar Azpilicueta, is another player who symbolizes Chelsea to his manager Tuchel. Azpi can play in various positions and even at the age of 32 he is playing like a young boy. He provided 3 clean sheets and 3 assists already in the Premier League this season, which resulted in 36 fantasy points. Azpi looks to be the main man of Chelsea's defense and he is supposed to be so for the upcoming game weeks also. It surprised everyone that Ben Chilwell wasn't involved in any of the first 6 Premier League matches Chelsea played. Tuchel chose to replace Chilwell with Marcos Alonso, and more sad thing for Chilwell was Alonso played very well in the first several matches. But after 2 consecutive bad performances from Alonso, suddenly Tuchel included Chilwell in the starting 11 and Chilwell didn't disappoint his manager at all. He scored 1 goal, created 3 chances and 4 goal attempts in the only match he played. His defensive work rate was also quite good. Moreover, though Alonso is very good at going forward and taking shots at goal, he is weak at providing crosses. But Chilwell is a bit stronger from that aspect than the Spanish left back. If Chelsea wants to get proper return from their star forward Lukaku, they must provide him enough chances and crosses to score, which looks to go in favour of Chilwell. Brentford's good fixture runs starts from game week 9 actually. Just like their game week 8 opponents Chelsea, Brentford faced the bottom 3 in the succession: Burnley away, Norwich home and Newcastle away. Yet Thomas Frank's bold side will be confident of breaching Chelsea and Leicester City, having scored 2 against the statistically strong Wolves defense, 3 against Liverpool and another pair in an impressive away win at West Ham. On the other hand, they already had 3 clean sheets in their previous 6 game weeks, and with these upcoming fixtures we certainly hope for more. At the start of the season, Ivan Toney was highly owned. After a slow start, Tony is now starting to deliver for the Bees. He dominated Virgil van Dijk in the air, is on penalties and has 4 goal involvements from the last 5 matches. He is about to enter a very favourable stretch of opponents who can help extend his upturn in output. In particular, a run against Burnley, Norwich City and Newcastle United over game week 10 to 12 looks very promising for Tony. At a cost of just 6.3 million, Tony's all-round attacking potential can provide a major source of value for the upcoming matches. Out of position and bargain player Bryan Mbeumo has really impressed so far this season, especially with his relationship with Ivan Toney. Mbeumo looks like a fantastic option ahead of the great fixture run, as well as being a great differential, especially as he has managed 2 8-point returns in the last 3 game weeks. He also finally started converting the shots that hit the woodwork into goals. Brentford have shown that they are a solid defensive unit and are capable of recording clean sheets. Their defensive assets make an attractive proposition. They have 2 representatives, Pontus Jansson and Ethan Pinnock, within the top 5 defenders who have added a handful of assists, and Jansson had 3 of them. He is also dangerous at set pieces. He is also a nailed defensive option for Brentford, as Thomas Frank seems to not like to change his starting 11. The Bees keeper has made an excellent start to season, having already accumulated 30 points. That includes 3 clean sheets and 1 bonus points. Raya is currently the joint 4th highest scoring keeper. He has conceded just 6 goals in 7 Premier League games. Raya has faced 89 shots and has an XCS of 2.49, which is the 3rd best. To date, Leeds have failed to hit the heights of their 2020-2021 campaign, and they are currently struggling with several injuries, most notably in defense. Their defensive numbers are poor, and it would be a big gamble to invest in any of their defensive assets. However, even though Leeds have not found the back of the net on the regular basis, the good run of fixture provides a FPL manager with a good opportunity of picking some of the FPL points. Leeds face Watford, Southampton, Wolves, Norwich, Leicester and Tottenham over the next 6 games. They are currently ranked 10 with an XG of 6.1, whilst of their next 6 opponents, Wolves are ranked the highest XGC in the 9th place, others are way below than them. Even though Leeds have had a difficult opening to the season while conceding 12 goals, the fixture provide an ideal opportunity for Bielsa's men to regain some form and consistency. As a whole team, Leeds haven't performed anywhere near their expected level so far in this season. This matter has had a great impact on their star forward Patrick Bamford's performance also. As a striker, Bamford generally does quite a good amount of defensive work and also creates chances. This season, he scored 1 goal, assisted another 2 and provided 21 fantasy points in the 5 matches he played. While his minutes per goal attempt is 29, his minutes per chance creation is astonishingly almost 146, which indicates his teammates often haven't been in the right positions to attack the opponents. Currently, Bamford is injured and is expected to get back to play at game week 8 against Southampton in an away match. If he stays fit, he could be a point provider in Leeds' upcoming good fixture run. Rafinha is currently the best performer in the Leeds United team. He is the most creative one among the bunch. In 7 matches this season, he scored 3 goals, assisted none and provided 31 fantasy points. We saw last year that he focused on creating and building the game, but this year he has been focusing on scoring goals, which is reflected in stats. He created a chance in every 42 minutes while he made a goal attempt in every 24.4 minutes. Maybe one cannot rate his performance as not good, but the glimpse we saw last season from him did bound us to expect more impactful and fantastic performance from him. He needs to step up for the sake of his team, and we think he may start from the game week 8 after returning from the international break. Last season, Meslier was the save point specialist goalkeeper of the Premier League. This season, his form hasn't quite been the same as before. This year, he has kept only 1 clean sheet in 7 matches and provided 19 fantasy points. Leeds have conceded 17 shots per match this season, which keeps them into the worst position of XGC chart. Everyone is expecting to see Leeds getting their form back when the international break ends. Leeds have kept their only clean sheet in their last match, and they surely plan to maintain this start in their upcoming smoother fixture run through Meslier's blistering performances. Southampton are currently at the 17th place of the table and have lost their last 2 matches. In the meantime, they have already faced teams like West Ham, Manchester City, Chelsea and Wolves. They are going to have a positive fixture swing from game week 8. In the next 6 game weeks, they will have a total FDR rating of 16, whereas if we avoid the match against Liverpool at the game week 13, the FDR stands at 11 for the next 5 matches, which should be mouth-watering for any team. Southampton haven't shown too much attacking potential this season yet. Since Danny Ings to Aston Villa, Adam Armstrong has emerged as the main man in the front even in his first Premier League season with Southampton. He scored 1 goal and assisted another one till now in this season. He also took a goal attempt in every 29.2 minutes. In their upcoming fixture run, Adam Armstrong can be a good FPL asset as a budget striker if he can perform according to his last season in the Championship. Not many FPL managers could think that Livramento would start for Southampton regularly this season. Mostly he was picked as a budget enabler, but he has started the season well as he has established himself as a regular player of the squad. He has provided 1 assist and 21 fantasy points in the first 7 game weeks, which is an impressive feature for a 4.2 million priced fullback. That was all from us for the positive fixture swing from game week 8. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Keep an eye on us for our upcoming contents. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe FPL Edits on social media. We hope to see you in our next video. Till then, do take care and stay safe.